I don't like bullies. I never have. I could say I'm not sure why, but I think I know where this started. I have a very clear memory about this. When I was 8 years old, in the 3rd grade, I had my own personal bully, Glenn M. He would trap me at the foot of the stairs in the stairwell outside the exit from our classroom. He would try to beat me up, hitting me on the head, shoulders, and chest, and kicking me in the legs. I'm not sure why he picked on me in particular, but I think it had something to do with my parents teaching me and my 3 siblings that we weren't allowed to fight. We were not allowed to hit anybody. It takes 2 to make a fight, they said. But what if I can't avoid the other person? I replied. They just repeated, it takes 2 to make a fight. Just get away. Find a way to do that. So, all I was allowed to do was to try to block Glenn with my arms from hitting and kicking me. I tried to figure out where he was at the end of class so that I could leave with the other students, but occasionally he would catch me off guard. He knew that out of all the kids in my class, I wasn't allowed to fight back. Glenn showed up at my school sometime during 3rd grade. He was actually slightly smaller than I was, but he was a fierce fighter, as if his goal was to destroy me. Why me? I hadn't done anything to him. I generally ignored him in class, but he often got into trouble with the teacher. One day on the weekend, my mother was reading the newspaper and said, "Isn't the M boy in your class at school?" "Yes," I said. "Well, it says here in the paper that his father hung himself in the garage yesterday and died. He must have been a very troubled man." I was shocked and confused. I remember I suddenly felt sorry for Glenn. It occurred to me that his father may have been treating him the way that he treated me. After all, when I was 5, my mother had taught me that we don't judge people, we try to understand them. I had been trying to understand Glenn's intensity in attacking me and generally getting into trouble at school. Now I thought I might understand his behavior because of his father's behavior, whatever it was. I decided to tell Glenn the next day at school that I was sorry to hear about what happened to his father. I think I had the beginnings of what I later learned was empathy for my bully. But of course, Glenn never came back to school after that. His mother instantly moved their family out of the area, and I never heard about them again. While this experience probably doesn't sound very dramatic compared to children who were abused by their parents or assaulted by other adults, it left a huge impression on me coming from a fairly peaceful and loving, but strict family. I think it made me into a more cautious kid, but it also made me into a keen observer.